Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Book summary. This book debunks the myth that you need to earn a high income to become wealthy and explains the difference between working for money and having your money work for you. Fear of not living up to expectations placed on us since childhood and fear of societal disapproval prevents us from getting rich. The conventional advice to study hard, get good grades, and find a stable job is outdated and based on our parents' outdated beliefs. In this old life script, you get a corporate job after college, where you work for decades before retiring with a pension. But today, this no longer guarantees freedom from financial struggle or even poverty. The truth is, you can work hard, graduate from a top university, and get a job at a prestigious company, but still not see your finances grow from your hard work. Only your bosses will get richer, not you. High salaries don't necessarily make you wealthy. Your home can be an asset or a liability depending on the situation. It's vital to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Financial illiteracy coupled with fear and greed leads to irrational decisions that only worsen your financial health. When it comes to money, everyone, rich or poor, feels two primal emotions: greed and fear. If you have money, you think of new things to buy with it. If you lack money, you worry that scarcity will persist. For example, say you get a promotion with a big raise. If you are financially illiterate, emotions can override reason. Although investing in stocks or other assets will build wealth in the long run, fear of losing money is so strong it prevents you from investing. At the same time, greed will tempt you to spend the extra income on an upgraded lifestyle, like a more expensive car. This feels more real and gratifying than buying stocks in a company. However, the new car also comes with higher insurance, taxes, gas costs, and maintenance fees, negating the income boost. Thus, fear and greed prevent the financially illiterate from getting rich in the long term. The solution is simple: constantly expand your financial knowledge in areas like investing, risk, and debt. This allows you to make rational decisions that lead to the best outcomes even when experiencing fear and greed. Financial literacy is a vital life skill in today's volatile economy. But we must educate ourselves, as most people are not taught money management growing up. Schools excel at teaching many useful topics, but financial literacy is not one of them. Children are not taught subjects like investing, saving, or why those matter. As a result, they grow up not understanding concepts like compound interest and tend to rack up credit card debt when possible. Clearly, society fails to provide sufficient financial knowledge, so each individual must take it upon themselves, especially if seeking prosperity. Periods of economic instability make financial education an increasing necessity. Start your journey to wealth by honestly assessing your finances, setting realistic goals, and increasing your financial literacy. First, objectively look at your current financial position. How much income does your job realistically provide now and in the future? What living expenses can you truly afford? Next, after a sober evaluation, define attainable financial objectives. The next step is increasing your financial intelligence quotient by educating yourself. View this as investing in the most valuable asset you'll ever own: your mind. You can do this many ways, but one excellent approach is focusing on what you're learning rather than how much you're earning. You can also improve financial literacy in your spare time by attending seminars and forums, reading books, and talking to experts. These principles act as building blocks, incrementally increasing your odds of building wealth daily. To change your financial status, you must start managing money differently by taking risks. All financially successful people took risks to accomplish their results. They succeed not because they avoid risks, but because they manage them. Rather than sticking your head in the sand, try investing money in stocks and bonds. Although riskier than standard savings accounts, they provide the potential to reap exponentially greater rewards in a very short time. Or if you don't want to commit to the stock market, many other investment vehicles can steadily build your net worth over time. Of course, the higher the potential payoff, the higher the risks. With stocks, there's always the risk of losing your entire investment. But if you never start taking risks somewhere, lack of substantial results is guaranteed. Achieving wealth requires patience, so sustaining motivation throughout the journey is critical. When faced with new obstacles, it's easy to become discouraged. For example, the price suddenly crashes on a commodity you already stockpiled. To accomplish financial objectives, you must learn to persevere and maintain motivation despite setbacks. One way to keep motivation high is listing what you want to do and not do. For example, I don't want to end up like my parents, and I want to be debt-free in 2 years. These lists remind you during hard times why you must keep working towards wealth. Another motivating tactic is spending money on yourself before you pay any bills. This allows you to precisely gauge how much more money you need each month to satisfy both objectives. This doesn't mean recklessly accumulating credit card debt. By paying yourself first, you create necessity to be creative about earning enough to achieve both goals. Moreover, the method develops the financial discipline characteristic of all successful people. Try these tips in practice, and you'll find staying motivated towards wealth isn't as difficult as it first seems. To get rich, you must invest only in assets that put money in your pocket and avoid liabilities that take money out. Simply put, assets generate cash inflows while liabilities generate cash outflows. To build wealth, you obviously want to acquire assets. Assets can include stocks, bonds, investment funds, income real estate, and anything else that holds value, generates income, appreciates over time, and can later be profitably sold. Unfortunately, people often mistakenly think they are investing in assets. For example, buying a home can be considered an asset, but if you finance it with a 30-year mortgage, you've created the biggest liability imaginable. First, you've saddled yourself with a gigantic, guaranteed monthly expenditure for the next 360 months. Second, you could have invested those 360 payments in potentially more lucrative assets, like smaller real estate, to rent out, or stocks. Understanding the difference between assets and liabilities helps you judge what deserves your money versus what to avoid. Keep in mind your profession pays the monthly bills, but only your business can make you wealthy. Many wrongly equate their job and business, but in terms of personal finance, differences exist. Your profession is what you do 40 hours weekly to pay the bills, buy groceries, and cover living expenses. It typically has a formal title like engineer or salesperson. Your business is what you invest time and money into with the aim of increasing assets. Take a chef who just completed training at a prestigious culinary institute. Though his profession easily provides sufficient income for him and his family, it doesn't make him wealthy, so he invests in his business, real estate. Regardless of any extra monthly income, he saves and purchases apartments to rent out. In other words, he puts money into assets that will generate ongoing passive revenue. Your profession often initially finances your business, so it's reasonable to keep your day job until your enterprise shows consistent expansion. Once this happens, your assets, not your profession, will become your primary source of income. This marks true financial independence. In summary, because we don't receive financial education in school, we must take it upon ourselves to gain this knowledge. You can only become rich and financially independent if your financial intelligence quotient is high and you have a firm, enthusiastic commitment to your business, as that is what brings success. Your mind is your most important asset in any financial situation.